We just had a look at adding a title into our credits into our timeline, and so titles are always very good for the beginning and the ending. But we're also going to have a look now at transitions. Transitions is in the same place in editing, and it's also in the same tab. So we got titles here, the next one is transitions. Now transitions is very good for getting you from one place to another. For example, so far us getting from one place to another was by splitting or cutting the clip, and we could jump from one shot to another. Transitions are often used though going from one location to another, or to show a passage of time. So there are some lovely examples up here. Now, one thing I want to bring it to your attention is just here. If you notice, we find on the different transitions like below, circle, there are different kinds of effects within the box. For example, there are two triangles, one here and here. That means that the effect will happen on two clips, the ending of one and the beginning of another, which I'll show you in a sec. And this one here, where the triangle is only on one side, shows you that's only happening to one side of the clip. For example, this is happening to the end of one clip, and this is happening to the beginning of a different clip. So there are two things to notice about that. Now, to have a look at the clips, we can click on somewhere in the timeline. Because transitions go in between clips, for example, when I was saying the end of one clip and the beginning of another, here's a good example of the end of this clip and the beginning of another. Now I can click in the middle there, and what I'll do is we'll pick on circle opening, just to give you an example, and you'll see an effect there where the circle opens. We'll try maybe overlap, where kind of it's not a great example. Let me just here's a good example. If I try and bring the playhead to the title, and we'll try disintegrate, you notice that the title kind of disintegrates into us. Now, if you're editing and you're using it for making a film, I strongly suggest that you only use fade in, which you could put at the beginning of a film because it'll fade up from black, fade out to put at the end of a film to fade down to black, and I'd also strongly advise that you only use cross dissolve. Now, if you're having fun and you're making a film for the kids where they're just running around the garden and it's kind of a family video, then you can explore all the other different kind of transitions. So, do you remember I was telling you that the little triangle? Well, on this one here, the triangle is only to the right, which means it's going to be the end of a video clip. So if I click on fade out, I can place it at the end of this clip here, and what will happen is, there we go. Now, there's two ways, by the way, of adding a transition and a title or any effect. One is by placing the playhead and clicking add, or the other one is by clicking on the one you want and dragging and dropping like I just did there. Now, I said that this one here only has an triangle at the only has one triangle, and this one's on the right hand side, which tells me it's going to happen at the end of a clip. We just placed it at the end of a clip here, and notice what happens when I press play. It fades to black on its own. Now what I'd like to do is on this clip here, which has a title, Because of Their Boredom, I'm going to, and you've heard my voiceover there as part of the audio, which is down on the music track, which we did earlier. I'm going to add a cross dissolve and drag that and throw it in between. Now notice this. Notice how the clips jump out of the way. If I can try it again, see that? It jumps in and out of the way. So I'm going to drag and drop, wait for the plus sign, throw it in. You should get a little red line. There you go, and that means it's rendering. And let's just play that and see how it looks.
Two boys who are bored and get in trouble because of their boredom.
And you get a nice cross dissolve between the black and into the film. And that is how you add transitions onto your timeline.